In this corner, we have the Shure SM7B, the de facto go-to microphone for podcasters, broadcasters, all sorts of applications. You've definitely heard this microphone on a lot of podcasts and a lot of recordings. It is the reigning champ and the industry standard. And on this side, we have the new Universal Audio SD-1, a new dynamic microphone. This microphone is here to challenge the reigning champ, and let's see how it does. This is a mic brawl. I want to make sure you always know which mic I'm using, so I'll have a ticker at the bottom that'll show you which mic I'm currently using when I'm demoing them, just so you can kind of have an accurate idea of which mic is being used where. Just so you know, both of these mics are set at the same level. They're both working neutrally, so you kind of have a clearer comparison between the two of them. Dynamic microphones are very popular, and there's been a lot of upstart options that people have been trying to unseat the king here, if you will. So I wanted to put a brand new option right up against the reigning king, and we could kind of see how they sound compared to each other. If you saw my last video on the SD-1 by itself, there are 4 points that I'm going to be judging this on, and I just hit that. Okay. To summarize, there's 4 points on gear that I want to make sure I touch on. There are the specs of the microphone. There are the sound of the microphone. There's what makes the microphone special and unique. And then, of course, there's the money question, the skrill. How much does it cost compared to the other? When it comes down to specs, both of these microphones are dynamic cardioid microphones. They both have a polar pattern designed to pick up what's in front of them and reject a lot of the sound from what's behind, which is what makes these microphones so popular in broadcast applications. But as dynamic microphones, they also have a bit of a lower level of output compared to cardioid microphones or more studio-based mics. So you definitely want to be able to plan on that. If you're looking into dynamic microphones, be aware that you're going to need to give them a little more gain when you're recording, or even look into getting additional gear like cloud lifters or some kind of inline booster to really bump up the signal so you have a louder signal to record on. As far as specs go, these are both really, really close. I couldn't say one is a definitive winner over the other, being that they're both the same kind of design. They both have a similar level of output. They're pretty close as far as specs go, so I'm going to have to give that first section kind of a wash. I can't say there's a clear winner, one versus the other when it comes down to it. As far as sound goes, that's a bit subjective, which is why I'm trying to give you guys a chance to hear both of them back and forth. The new SD-1 is this is a brand new microphone. Sounds really great, honestly. I think I was very impressed with it. This particular SM7B is a workhorse and has been used many times on a lot of recording applications, so it's been put through a lot. The sound is really hard to gauge one way or the other. I personally even haven't decided which one more than the other I kind of like. But I want to kind of give it a little bit more of a listen here. Yeah, there's something really, really close between the two of them. It's really hard to say. I'll leave that particular one up to you, watchers of this. Leave a comment below and tell me which one you think sounds particularly better. I'm kind of leaning towards the SM7B, maybe. But the SD-1 is really close. It's really hard to tell right now. I'd have to put them through a lot more intense workouts, but I'll try and have a definitive answer. But yeah, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think sounds a little bit better or sounds a lot better in your opinion. As far as what makes these microphones special, the SM7B, like I said, this is an iconic microphone. You've heard this on a lot of different recordings, and you've heard this on records, you've heard this on podcasts. This is the go-to mic you see in radio stations that's been around for years, and for good reason. It's iconic and it sounds fantastic. What makes this SD-1 special is the open possibilities that it brings with it if you pair it with the Apollos. Like I mentioned in my previous review video, the SD-1 has a whole bunch of presets available for hardware recreations within the Universal Audio plugin platform. If you didn't follow that statement, that just means there's a whole bunch of software that includes with this one if you have additional hardware that make presets that make the sound even better. Now, it's hard to say this wins because of that, because Universal Audio Apollos are additional pieces of hardware you have to get to really open up the functionality of that. But it does add a lot to what the SD-1 can do. So unfortunately, I think I have to give it to the SD-1 for the winner in that regard. I think what opens up if you have an Apollo paired with this one is really worth the look. I think it really opens up some unique ones and gives a definitive win on the special side of things for the SD-1. And the last comparison point specifically comes down to the money, the Skrill. Which one costs more? The SD-1 pulls in at $299 US. The SM7B pulls in at $399. So if you're looking to save some money, the SD-1 is going to win in that regard. So of the 4 points that I'm looking to compare gear on, especially, I feel like the SD-1 comes out on top, but not by a huge window. I'm talking a really slim margin. If you're looking to save some money specifically, the SD-1 is going to save you $100 if you don't care about those presets, or if you've already have an Apollo and you're looking for that versatility, this is a great option for you. If you're looking to just really dial in and make a simple setup, the SM7B, I mean, it's iconic for a reason. It sounds fantastic, and it's a huge mic. I love these mics, and I'm a big fan of them. But unfortunately, I have to give a slim margin of win to the SD-1, I think, on this one. But again, you can't go wrong with either one of these microphones. So let me know in the comments below what you think. Which microphone would you choose? Which one do you prefer? If you have any questions on either of these microphones or other podcast gear, hit up the podcast. Matt, let me know what you think. Make sure to subscribe to watch for future videos, and we'll catch you on the next one. It is really hard to do two microphones. Okay.